And we're back. How to Slide Radio with me. Yes, it's me. I am Shay Star, and this is To Play Tuesday. Hope you guys are enjoying all of these back-to-back jams that you're getting from your favorite artists live and direct right here on the How to Slide Radio. And I think this is probably like one of the only shows in the DMV that you will actually get not just one, but two songs back-to-back from all your favorite artists. I mean, I feel like I just kind of said the same thing twice, but you know what? It is To Play Tuesday, so, yeah! Shout out to everybody that's rocking with us right now live on Facebook Live. We definitely appreciate y'all because y'all could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us. You dig? Definitely want to say a big shout out to the fam. Smack E.N.T. She's live right now with us on Facebook Live. Definitely very happy to see you back safely from your trip to Atlanta. I hope that, y'all got some things done and, of course, enjoyed yourselves while you was in hot Atlanta, even though I know it was cold as hell down there. And big shout out to Sermon, also down there hanging out with Smack as they were at the Honda Battle of the Bands. Definitely saw some of the footage online, and it looks like, you guys had a super time. So, it is what it is. But, back to what we got going on over here on the How to Slide Radio. Remember, I told you guys I had a special guest calling in today, and he goes by the name of FRQ PWR. Now, don't let his name scare you, okay? Because I'm going to tell you right now, this brother is hot, all right? He's not your typical cliche hip-hop artist. He actually has this thing that we're going to coin as dirty pop. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm not going to talk about it. I'm going to let him talk about it. And not to mention, he's also one of our spotlights for our 2017 Artists to Watch Showcase that we will be having February the 9th in New York City at our New York City Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week event with Miss Carly Red. So if y'all thought that I was bull jiving, trust and believe, we actually have one of those artists on the line right now who's gearing up and ready to go for February the 9th. So without further ado, I would like to introduce to some and present to others, Mr. FRQ PWR! What up, what up, what up, what up?
What's going on? What's going on?
Oh, man, we just happy to be here. How you doing today?
I'm good. I'm hanging in, just trying to kill a little bit of time,
Oh, man, well, if you rocking with Shay Star on How to Slide Radio, time is all we got.
That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate your time.
Nah, absolutely, man. Mr. FRQ PWR, Brooklyn native, born and raised. Shout out to the BK. What up, what up, what up? Yeah, see? Look, he had the sound effect and everything ready to go. But look, for those who may not know who you are, let's just give them a little brief rundown of, who you are, what you do, and why you're here.
Okay. Well, obviously my name is FRQ PWR, FRQ PWR. Actually stands for Frequency and Power. I'm trying to come up with this new genre called dirty pop, and ideally what we're trying to do is give people the ability, give other artists the ability to see that, you can do whatever you want, any type of music, however you want to put it, as long as it sounds good and people love it, you can make whatever you want to make, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And you know what? At the end of the day, it's all about just being yourself and being authentic to who you really are as a person. And, and I like that because, you get a lot of artists out here who are trying to, again, compete with what, their friends are doing. And I'm like, dude, this isn't a rat race. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you have to be true to who you are. Like, you can't recreate something that's already been done. You have to come into the game with new, fresh ideas. That is what's selling now, especially in this first quarter of 2017. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Wow, 100%,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm part of that bandwagon.
Yes, absolutely. And, definitely want to say big shout out to Alvin, of course, the media model, who is a very, 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 very good friend of mine. We were kind of just talking before you called about how, you got to get out of your own backyard and don't be afraid to go to other markets, go to other cities and, take over. You can't get anywhere staying in your borough, staying in your city. So can you, as an artist from New York City, who is on the phone right now with a radio personality in Delaware, how important it is to reach outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, definitely. You have to reach outside your comfort zone. Because ideally, when you make music, you want people to hear it all over the world. So the best thing to do is to build that type of relationship everywhere else. Because if you just think that, all right, I'm just gonna make music right here in whatever bar, whether it's Miami, Florida, or California, Toronto, wherever you're from, you want other people to hear you. You can't just say that, all right, I'm just gonna limit myself here when you have the opportunity to go anywhere you want.
Absolutely. And I mean, why? You don't know what you're missing out on by staying in your comfort zone. Because, I come from a small city where, the hate is more than the love, and it's kind of sickening because it's hella small out here. So you would think that everybody would be trying to like come together and have a kumbaya moment so we all could eat, you know what I mean? But it doesn't happen like that. But then I go to New York City, I go to, Florida, I go to Vegas, I go to Atlanta, wherever, and the love is so real. And what I'm trying to get people in my city to understand is that you have to, for one, get in the mindset that we all can win. 2, we have to do this together. And 3, you got to get outside of that comfort zone and branch off into other areas.
Definitely. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, so, I just, sometimes it means, more to hear from other people, I guess, because I guess that's just what they going to expect for me to say. But, understanding, again, I'm a radio personality in Delaware on the line with an artist from New York City. It's people out here who've never heard of him before. So why wouldn't he want to come out here and tread the waters in Dover, Delaware? Why wouldn't you artists want to tread the waters in New York City during our Fashion Week event? So that way you can rub elbows with other people in this culture who might have the opportunity to take your career to the next level, right?
Right. Exactly.
Right.
You just have to open up your mind. That's it. You have to allow yourself to just take risks. I think people are afraid to take risks, and taking a risk is not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. If you take a risk stepping outside your door.
And and I tell people too, like, how will you know? Like, fear to me is the biggest friend to failure. When you fear something, you're only getting in your own way. Like, how will you know if you would have succeeded at it if you don't even try it to begin with? You know what I mean? Like, look at you. You're taking the cliche out of the word cliche and literally creating your own genre of music without a care in the world that anybody's gonna be like, well, what is this guy doing? You know what I mean?
Right. And here's where it'll come with this type of stuff, but then you'll love it.
Absolutely. So what is it that we are going to be expecting from you as one of our headliners for our Chat and Chew with Carly Red on February the 9th?
You're going to expect me to come. I don't really have any fairy tales to really tell you about. I'm just going to be myself. I love fashion. I love style. So I'm going to come in with some fashion, to stand up to you guys and try to keep up with you guys, you know what I mean?
Right, though. So what was it that actually inspired you to go the lane that you go? I know, of course, you have the influences of, a Prince and the Michael Jacksons of the world, but what was it about, just music in general that pushed you to say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go full throttle with it, and I don't care what anybody has to say.
I remember just growing up and listening to different artists, and everybody was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody had something different to bring to the table, whether it was a dude that wore the glasses with the big nose, I forgot his name. Man, I didn't mean to forget. You got Fush Nickens, you got, dudes that was doing reggae and hip-hop at the same time. You got Trop Called Quest, Busta Rhymes. And Chris Cross, people were not afraid to take risks. And I was like,
absolutely.
I think we lost the essence of that, because now everything sounds the same. Everybody's on the same path. Nobody's really trying to do anything different. And whoever's doing something different is completely on the other side. It's
right.
Not like, okay, we can walk the same lane and then expect something different to come in. Because one lane is one lane and the other lane is the other lane. So I was like, you know what? I got to bring something new to the table. I got to come in and shake things up a little bit. If I fail, I fail. If I win, I win. At the end of the day, I'm just being me because that's what I love to do. I love to be different. I love to try different things. I love to take them. You know, I'm a guy that I snowboard. I ride a motorcycle as fast as I can on the track. I do different stuff. So I was like, why not bring myself to the music and you know, show the world that this is who I am and I'm comfortable in my skin.
Absolutely. Well, you know what? I'm behind all of that 100% and then some. I'm all for being different and being yourself. I mean, in a world where everybody's trying so hard to fit in, I'm doing my best to stand out, most definitely.
Right.
So, you talked about the whole reggae hip hop thing, and a little birdie told me that you once were able to share the stage with one of my absolute favorites, Mr. Elephant Man himself. What was that experience like?
Oh man, yo, I mean they call the guy the energy guy. You know what I mean? And that's what he brings. Like every show he does, he brings that energy. Never fail, you know, and you know, dancing behind him and getting people from the crowd to come up on the stage and dance with us. You know, it was a great experience. And it allowed me to be like, all right, you know, I wanna bring that type of, you know, energy to what I do, whatever.
Yes.
So it was a great experience, definitely.
Absolutely. And, you know, you got a couple other, you know, noteworthy notches under your belt, you know, like working with some Grammy award winning and Grammy nominated producers like Joe Capo and David Sisko, right?
Yeah, definitely. Those two guys, man, they believed in what I was doing and they stood by it. And they said, yo, Cap, you know what? I know this is not my zone right here, but I'm going to take that risk with you. And, you know, they basically brought me in this game with, you know, with the mindset of like, yo, I'm going to do it and we're going to make this happen, you know? So, yeah, Joe Capo's the man, you know, he did a lot of records, you know, from, you know, Jaquan Hood Hop, Nelly, you know, Britney Spears, especially Dave Sisko, Justin Timberlake. So they got a lot of heavyweights under their belt, and they were willing to take a chance with me. So I appreciate them 100%.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Again, don't be afraid to take risks. And, you know, and I'm assuming you didn't get there by just sitting in the house, sending out emails. Like, you really got to go out here and rub elbows and network with people to get them to want to believe in what it is that you're doing as well.
Yeah, definitely. You have to get up. You have to get out the house. You have to get out of your borough and travel. Because I met Capo in Florida. You know, he's from St. Louis, and I met Cisco in New York City. So, you know, you definitely got to travel and meet people. It doesn't hurt.
All right. Well, you guys are not just hearing it from me any longer. You're hearing it from somebody who's out here that's actually living the dream and living what it is that we talk about. So, you know, Freak Power, I'm definitely looking forward to meeting you on February the 9th in New York City at our 2017 Artists to Watch Showcase, which you will be headlining. And I'm pretty excited about that. So is there anything else that you would like to leave the people with as we prepare over the next couple of days for our big show in New York City?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, follow me on FRQ PWR. You know, you can Google it or however, you know, I'm on Instagram. I'm on every social media you could possibly think of. So if you see FRQ PWR, that's most likely me because I'm the only dude with that name or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And we actually have 2 songs queued up, ready to go right now for you. Let's kind of just talk about it a little bit. I have Murda Was the Case and Molly Girl. So what can we expect for our listeners to hear when we press play?
You know, great production, great music. Definitely like Murda Was the Case. You know, they're both women songs. You know, and it's you know, it's deep. You know, it's not just me talking about women, you know what I mean? It's me actually just being involved in them and enjoying life and enjoying them and you know, showing people like, yo, this is me, this is the type of person I am, and this is how I like it. Absolutely.
Well, you know, we're definitely going to support you all the way. And again, definitely look forward to seeing you perform live and direct on February the 9th in New York City. So yes, we are here. You guys, we're going to go ahead and get into some of this music right now. You're hearing it live right here on the Hottest Live Radio with the one and only Shay Star, Freak Power, and this is Murda Was the Case. Y'all keep it locked. Don't go nowhere.